Hey Taurus, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're gonna do a reading for y'all, and I'll tell you before I even get started, what happened was I originally wanted to do a reading and I wanted to use this deck that I saw someone else use, and I was like, oh yeah, I have that deck, which is the alchemy deck, which strangely enough we may or may not use, because that was my intention. However, getting a different type of energy for you guys. Immediately, let me just say right off the bat here, just a little like disclaimer that I usually give in my videos, which is that time, energy, and gender here are all fluid, right? So everyone has masculine and feminine energy. These things are not linear, meaning it could be past, present, future. I could be picking up on you or someone around you. And last but not least, please check your sun, your moon, and your rising at the bare minimum to get like a fuller picture of what's going on in your life. My cat trying to get in the trash. You can also check Venus or Jupiter as well, but better to get at least sun, moon, rising to get a fuller picture, okay? So even if you just have a lot of Taurus in your chart, this one's gonna be for you, okay? So first and foremost, protection. Some Florida water. I just try to clear my energy. I'm gonna do a little prayer. Shout out to my ancestors, known and unknown. Thank you so much for your guidance, for these clear, concise messages for Taurus, and for keeping us protected and safe while we catch a vibe, pretty much. Okay, so some Palo Santo for you, some for me. Okay, put that off in the background. All right, so Taurus, here's the dealio. What I've heard first was pen to paper, or take pen to paper. That was the first thing that I had heard. Take pen to paper. Also, yes, I'm in my robe. What about it? I'm an overstimulated girly. I heard, oh, my ear's ringing too. My right one. I heard take pen to paper, and I also heard, I just don't understand the logistics of it. Honestly, it's giving Capricorn. It's interesting that this is Taurus, but that's what I was hearing. I don't understand the logistics of it. And then I'm seeing, some of you guys might have like Catholic school influence, because what I'm seeing is like the uniforms, or maybe if it's not Catholic school, maybe it could be just something, some sort of charter school, or all girls school, all boys school, something like that, where you have to wear a uniform. But I'm getting this very like rigid kind of strict school type of vibe, and I'm seeing ruler. The ruler is what makes me lean more towards Catholic school, just for, unfortunately, some of the stories that I've heard have some not so pleasant techniques on how they reprimand children. You know what I'm trying to say here. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, but it doesn't have to be. It certainly does not have to be. But that's what I'm getting is like, put pen to paper. Like if there's something going on and you're like, I'm not understanding how to fix something, solve something, if there's some sort of solution that you're looking for and you're like, I don't understand, if there's some sort of problem you're trying to solve and you're not fully understanding, just what I'm getting is like, take pen to paper, write it all down. And for some of you, this is just a means of get it out of your brain, journal, do what you need to do, remove it, right? That's the type of vibe that I'm getting with that. Do what you need to do to get it out of your brain so it stops weighing so heavy. And it's almost like once you can remove it from here and put it onto paper, it's just gonna feel a lot easier, or it's gonna seem a lot easier. It's gonna seem a lot less daunting or frustrating, whatever it is that you might be feeling. let's see what's going on. And these videos also are completely timeless, so take it as it resonates. Whenever you're seeing it is for you. If you're drawn to the title, whatever that might be. Don't know yet. Alright. Let's see what we got going on here. So funny, I'm getting such a strong, like, animal vibe right now. A very strong animal vibe. And I do have one of those decks in here. I might grab it here. Okay, so not my favorite way to start a reading, but 5 of Wands reversed, as well as 6 of Wands reversed. Put that on pause because I do want to grab this deck, actually. I don't know why. I feel like the animals are calling to me. There's something like very nature related that I feel like I'm picking up on with you. And animals might just be very important. So like if you're seeing a lot of symbolism or even like actual, I don't know, animals out and about. Whatever it is that you're seeing, the symbolism, I would definitely search it up, see what you can find. I don't know why, but the animals are just coming through so strong for you. But I'm feeling a lot of green. Like I'm feeling a lot of, they're not all animals, but some of them could even be like insects. Maybe like a very green vibe. And grasshopper was something that came to mind like immediately. Or something about having like an unconventional pet. Like maybe you guys have something unconventional like, I don't know, like a porcupine. A hedgehog is what I meant, but you see what I'm saying. Maybe porcupine's important. Interesting. Okay. I feel as though you guys are honestly like there's some sort of opportunity, there's some sort of portal almost is what I feel like. You have some sort of door opening for you. You do have some sort of door opening for you, but I almost feel like it's not going to be this immediate thing. I know this kind of seems and sounds a little fucked up, but I do feel like there's something that is like, what they're showing me is it's around you in like an orbit. Like it's around you and it's around your energy and you have the ability to grab it and pull it into you. But for some reason, Spirit's like, you're not doing that. They want you to like concentrate a little bit more, tune in a little bit more, and they're almost like you need to tap in. Like that's what I'm seeing is someone tap. Like you need to tap in, literally tap in. Huh. I'm really excited to see what these animals bring because it's very interesting. Every time I do readings, my cats go crazy, and I don't know why. I think it's just the energy of everything. So strange. Okay. It would be so funny. I think there's a grasshopper in here. It would be pretty wild if it came out, but... Okay, what I'm like seeing, hearing, feeling, there's a lot of things going on, is like the grasshopper definitely is important. The grasshopper thing is important. But I'm almost hearing this sense of like, it's either grasshopper or like cricket, but I feel more grasshopper. There's a sense of aligning to the correct frequency. It's almost like, it's not that you cannot do something, and it's not that you cannot solve something. It's not that it's not meant for you. It's not that it's out of the realm of possibility, like whatever it is that you have going on in your mind. What I'm hearing, and I have full body chills all up my back as I say that, what I'm hearing is that it has nothing to do with these kind of preconceived notions that you have, and everything to do with if you want it, you can have it. It's just what I'm hearing. If you want it, you can have it. That's why I feel like it's like floating around in the ether, in this orbit around you, and Spirit's like, you could just pluck it right out of there, like pulling like an apple from a tree if you really wanted to. That's what I feel like. Spirit's like, if you really wanted to do that, you could have at it and do it if that's what you want. How bad do you want it? I feel like there's this preconceived notion of like, this must not be meant for me, or I must not be able to, and Spirit's like, no. Like, I feel like Spirit's like, no. But I mean, there's also the understanding that, of course, like, things that are buried in your subconscious and the way that we live our lives are, you know, it's a reflection of the things that we've been through, the things that we've experienced, so on and so forth, right? So it's like, I just want to make that clear too, is that Spirit knows that. Your ancestors, your guides, like, they know that. But there's a sense of like, girl, no. No. You can have that if that's what you want. Do you want it? I think this is a little bit about narrowing down exactly maybe what you want. For some of you, it's about getting all these negative thoughts like out of your head. It's almost like you physically need to like clear the space. Like, get in there and like, you know what I mean? Like, push it out of the way. Clear the space. And it makes it so much easier to see, you know, what you are capable of, or what you can accomplish, what you can achieve, when you don't have this other like garbage in the way. You know what I'm saying? Koi fish. So there is always enough. This is what I'm saying. There is always enough. Look. There's always enough. Fish are not only about plenty, it's about abundance, because think about it. Abundance and water kind of go hand in hand, right? Which is this sense of like, I really feel like this has to do with money, this has to do with finances, this has to do with abundance of some kind with the koi fish. 36, which is breaking down to a 9, and to me, the 9s always are very spiritual in nature, but they also talk about, like, what comes to mind immediately is the 9 of Pentacles, which is the independence, for instance, right? It's the independence, it's the ability to provide. And so what I keep feeling like is like, Spirit will provide. The universe, oh, that reminds me of another card in here too, which I think is, might be Buffalo perhaps. I think it's the abundant universe always provides, or something like that, but watch your words. Yeah, I feel like, listen, this is not to say that like you're the problem and it's you per se, right? This is just a meaning of like, and look, 45, another 9. So 9s could be really important. Oh my God, 63 on the bottom, nothing is wasted, also a 9. That's crazy. Nothing is wasted, time to let go. Time to let go. Yeah, I really feel like this is a matter of like, if you want it, you got it. If you want to do that, you can do that. If you want to possess it, you can have it. You can actually have what you want. And I don't want to go as far as to say like anything you desire, because I feel like that's not the language that's going to speak to you the most, okay? If you want something bad enough, you can make it happen. You can get that thing, you can find the solution, you can create the life that you want, whatever you are trying to achieve and accomplish right now. It's literally like Spirit being like, watch your words, watch the way that you speak to yourself, watch the way that you talk about the world around you, you know what I mean? Focusing on certain maybe vocabulary over others, taking out certain words that don't align with you, like making sure that you're aligning like body, mind, and spirit to the frequency of the thing that you desire, okay? Nothing is wasted, time to let go. With these cards too, what I'm really getting with this is this sense of like, okay, so with these two, the energy that I get immediately is like, yeah, it happened for a reason, it's time to go. Come on, like, let's move on from that. You know, I feel like it's like, I don't feel like it's like, I'm feeling the let go in a very unique way, almost like when a dog has like latched onto something, or an animal has latched onto something in their mouth, and you know that it's not good for them. It could maybe be harmful to their health, or it could be harmful to them, period, right? It's like, you can't have that, you can't eat this sock, obviously, you know, and then you try to pull it out of their mouth, but it's like, oh, the dog, right, the animals, like, they're in such a primitive state that it's like, you can't reason with an animal. See what I'm saying? It's like, you can't reason with that primitive state of mind, which is the like for us, I see that as being translated to survival mode. When you're in survival mode, when you're in fight or flight, you cannot be reasoned with. You can't see the silver lining. You cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can't see anything positive because, again, you are focused on survive, survive, survive. So this makes me feel like the let go situation is Spirit being like, listen, this happened for a reason. We're not going to harp on it, okay? We can't harbor those emotions. We need to feel and release. It needs to be a system. Feel and release. Feel and release, feel and release until you feel clear enough that you can then focus on what you need to. And in the time frame that you're doing this, in those in-between energies, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be really uncomfortable, and you're going to have to move through it anyway. And you can do that. I promise you that no matter how uncomfortable, how impossible, how defeating it feels, you can do this uncomfortable, scary thing. And I don't say that to be, diminishing in any way or to be demeaning or to kind of, invalidate what you guys are feeling. We're all experiencing something very different, right? But I'm telling you that what is coming through to me, those who this message is for, right? You're scrolling through the internet, you're scrolling through YouTube, like, someone just tell me what to do, or like that it's going to be okay. I'm here to tell you that it's going to be okay. And I'm also here to tell you that this let go thing, it's like when you're talking to an animal, literally, it's like, let go. And they don't understand. It's like the universe is trying to get you to release gently the things that are no longer working for you. And some of those things, in this case, might just be you've gone through certain events. Maybe certain events have transpired, and Spirit is telling you now that you're still holding on to those emotions, maybe physically, right? Maybe in your body, you're holding on to that because when we're in fight or flight, we're not actively processing. Our nervous system isn't allowing us to process and move through. It's holding tightly because there is no space to heal, to move forward, to release, to let go. And so this is what I'm getting with this, is nothing is wasted. It makes me feel experienced being like, you know what? Yeah, like that happened and that sucked. You're 100% correct. That happened, that sucked. You got it, but it happened for this reason. You learned this from it. Come on, let's go. Next. Let's go. And just what I keep hearing on this is like, you're stronger than this. You're stronger than this. You got this. You're resilient. You persevere. Like, you do not let shit stop you. And this isn't going to be the time that suddenly they do. Okay? It's not. I feel like Spirit here also with the 5 of Wands in reverse. We got to get some more info on this. 5 of Wands in reverse is definitely this feeling of fighting within your own self, within the mind, right? To me, it's coming across as this like trapped energy, and what I'm seeing is the solar plexus, the yellow ball in the center of our bodies here, right? The 5 of Wands reverse being like, we're internalizing something. Instead of, again, nothing is wasted. Time to let go, right? It's almost like it had its purpose. Now let's move forward. This had its purpose. We're moving on. Release it. It's time to move. Same thing with 5 of Wands reverse and the 6 of Cups reverse too, right? It makes me feel like it's an internalizing of our emotions, of our thoughts, of whatever we're feeling. We are internalizing a ton of energy, and that's super unhealthy. You can't, continue to do that. You can't exist like that. Okay, let's take a closer look here with the tarot too. What else do you gotta tell me about this for Taurus? I'm hearing very specifically the term strung out. So you guys might feel like you're literally like, I don't even have like an ounce of energy to move forward. Oh yeah, look, it's like hurry up and wait. Like pushing, and there's no movement. So again, that's what I feel like is happening in Spirit's like, yeah, let it go and release it, right? It's like if you can't control these things around you and it's out of your control, then it should be out of your mind too and out of your mental. That's just the vibe that I get here. It should be out of your mind and out of your mental. If you can't control it, release it. I feel like you're trying really hard to make progress on something, maybe trying hard to literally like move, but I feel like at the end of the day, there is a lot of progress that's trying to be had, and I feel like it's big things really fast, and Spirit's like, it's not going to work like that. I feel like it's like these things kind of like take time. You have to give yourself that grace. And what I'm hearing is that the universe, the world, whatever, is never going to be able to... The universe is never just going to present you with the perfect thing at the perfect time. You're the one that decides when it's the right time, right? You're the one that decides the overall energy of something, right? So imagine like, you know, you could look at the world right now and your circumstances and what you're going through as a sense of like, you know, this always happens to me. Or you could look at it as, you know what, I'm going to take this, I'm going to use it as an opportunity to do X, Y, and Z. And I know that's really difficult. It's easier said than done, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. It's kind of like the overall message, right? It's like almost like with motivation, like you are never going to be motivated all the time to do hard things, right? But you have to find a way to motivate yourself. You have to find things that light you up. And sometimes we have to trick our minds, trick our brains a little bit into doing the things that we don't really want to do. And that's fine. That's fine. Some of you guys, I feel like, have a little bit of like a perfectionist tendency. You're very detail oriented. You're very concerned with the details. But make sure not to lose sight of the forest through the trees. And I'm also getting this big feeling of like you guys are gonna shut down like pretty fucking soon. Like truly, you guys are gonna shut down pretty soon. Ace of Cups here, reverse. Chariot reverse. 2 Cancer energies, okay? You may have Cancer in your chart somewhere, or you could be dealing with someone who has it. But underneath that, lo and behold, you have the Empress. So you have a lot of nurturing, a lot of feminine, a lot of motherly type of qualities, also with 4 of Pentacles here, okay? So I feel like what's happening is a lot of motherly energy here. So there could be a mother wound that's being dealt with. There could be a mother energy that's becoming very difficult for you in this, you know, current climate, whatever you're in, right? You could be someone who is a mother who has these qualities, okay? You don't have to actually be a mother, but again, think feminine, feminine qualities here, the divine feminine with the Empress. But the Empress is abundance, right? Nothing is wasted. And then also, there's always enough. This, there's always enough, is the same energy as the Empress. There's always enough. That's what the Empress believes. There's always enough. There's always enough. I feel like you guys are about to, going back to the strung out feeling, you guys are about to shut down pretty soon. I'm very specifically hearing something about the vagus nerve, okay? Please look into that if you don't know about it. It's where a lot of our healing takes place, honestly, when we focus our efforts towards the vagus nerve. But I'm just feeling this like, whew, this big shutdown. You guys might be in freeze mode. It's so interesting because the Empress just shines so brightly, and underneath that, it's like, it's underneath rather these energies here, which makes me feel like it's being clouded. Excuse me. It's being clouded. It's like you're the Empress and something else is clouding you, clouding your judgment, clouding your vision, clouding your mind, okay? But I'm really picking up on this sense of being strung out, being really stressed. I'm feeling a sense of like the fight or flight. You also have freeze or fawn, right? And I feel like you guys are in this kind of like active, like higher functioning freeze mode. Could be a lot of like doom scrolling, trying to escape, trying to numb out in whatever way you can to try to kind of just move through what you're going through without essentially losing it. Like, let's just be so for real right now. You're trying to move through something without losing your mind, okay? And that's the message that I have here for you, is that like right now, as much as I feel like you guys really are going to dissociate, to shut down, to just be like, I cannot do this, you can do it. Focus on the good that is around you and focus on connecting to that frequency, aligning with that frequency that allows you to pull in from your orbit. It's already there. If it's in your orbit, it's already there and it already exists, okay? It's already there. It already exists. You have access to it, okay? Focus on that and focus on what that would feel like to finally get that thing, to achieve that thing. Use your mind. It is very strong. I know you have it in you, okay? You can achieve that. And remembering here, nothing is wasted. Time to let go, okay? When these things happen to you, allow them to move through your body and release. And some of you, that release is going to be through pen and paper, to remove it from your brain, get it out on paper, and then you don't have to hold everything inside of your mind. And sometimes we don't realize that that's what we're doing for a really long period until we finally do journal it out, you know, get it all out, and it feels physically like you're removing it from your brain. You don't have to hold so tightly anymore, okay? So remember that everything has a purpose, nothing is wasted, and it's time for you to let go, time for you to move forward. Also, really quickly, I will mention, I just noticed this as well. This time to let go, the groundhog is holding a little heart in its hand. And it makes me feel like this is you kind of, you know, holding on to your heart, holding on to your bliss and your joy and all these wonderful things. And the more that you can do that, the easier it is to let go of all the other kind of garbage, for lack of a better way to put it, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Remember, check your sun, moon, and rising. Check out the description box below as well for everything you need to know about me. And of course, like the video, leave a comment, share it with a friend who needs it. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.